Jochen Mass, the celebrated German racing driver whose career spanned Formula One, endurance racing, and sports car championships, has passed away at the age of 78. Mass died on May 4, 2025, following complications from a stroke he suffered earlier in the year. His death marks the end of an era for many motorsport enthusiasts who remember him as both a fierce competitor on the track and a mentor off it. A humble beginning. Born on September 30, 1946 in Dorfen, Bavaria, West Germany, Jochen Mass had anything but a typical path to racing stardom. Before entering the world of motorsport, he worked as a sailor in the merchant navy. His early life was grounded in discipline, endurance, and a desire to explore the world beyond his small Bavarian hometown. Mass transitioned from the sea to the road in the late 1960s. His first experiences behind the wheel came in touring car racing, where he quickly established a reputation for consistency, determination, and a strong technical understanding of vehicle dynamics. These qualities would soon launch him into the higher echelons of racing. Entry into Formula One. Jochen Mass made his Formula One debut in 1973 with Surtees, a relatively small team in the sport. Although not racing for the top teams initially, his driving talents caught the attention of McLaren, who signed him in 1974. That partnership would prove fruitful, culminating in Mass's only Formula One Grand Prix win at the Spanish Grand Prix in 1975. Held at the Montjuïc circuit in Barcelona, that race remains one of the most controversial and tragic in F1 history. A series of safety concerns, followed by a horrific crash that killed 4 spectators, led to the race being stopped prematurely. At the time the race was halted, Mass was in the lead, securing him his first and only F1 victory. Although the race ended under somber circumstances, it nevertheless solidified Mass's name in the record books. During his Formula One career, Mass participated in 114 Grand Prix, earning 8 podium finishes and scoring points in 34 races. His most successful season came in 1977, when he consistently challenged for points and demonstrated his ability to compete against the best drivers in the world. Throughout his time in F1, he drove for several teams, including McLaren, ATS, Arrows, and March. While he never quite had the equipment to challenge for the championship consistently, his skill and professionalism were widely respected across the paddock. The Villeneuve tragedy. One of the most tragic and defining moments in Mass's Formula One career came during qualifying for the 1982 Belgian Grand Prix at Zolder. In a horrifying accident, Canadian driver Gilles Villeneuve collided with Mass while attempting to overtake. The two cars touched wheels, sending Villeneuve's Ferrari airborne before it disintegrated upon impact with the ground. Villeneuve later succumbed to his injuries. Though Mass was not at fault, he had moved to the right to allow Villeneuve through, while Villeneuve attempted to pass on the same side. The incident haunted him for years. It also marked the emotional end of his time in Formula One. By the end of the 1982 season, Jochen Mass stepped away from the series, shifting his focus to other forms of racing. Dominance in endurance racing. While Formula One brought him fame, it was in endurance racing where Jochen Mass truly flourished. His second career saw him become one of the most successful sports car drivers of his era. He competed in the prestigious 24 Hours of Le Mans multiple times, eventually achieving victory in 1989 while driving for the Sauber Mercedes team. Partnered with teammates Manuel Reuter and Stanley Dickens, Mass helped guide the Sauber C9 to triumph after a grueling and strategic battle on the Circuit de la Sarthe. The victory was a career-defining moment and elevated Mass to the status of endurance racing royalty. Beyond Le Mans, he also earned victories at other iconic endurance events, such as the 12 Hours of Sebring and the 24 Hours of Spa. His deep understanding of vehicle mechanics, combined with his ability to drive long stints without losing pace or concentration, made him the ideal endurance driver. Throughout his sports car career, Mass competed with top-tier manufacturers, including Porsche, Alfa Romeo, and Mercedes-Benz. His experience helped shape vehicle development and race strategy, making him as valuable in the garage as he was on the track. Role as mentor and developer. In the latter part of his career, Jochen Mass shifted toward mentoring young racing talent. His experience, demeanor, and knowledge of both Formula One and endurance racing made him an ideal coach.